Hello my friends, welcome to my channel Technical Turbo. I'm your friend Krishan Kumar. Today we will discuss about user management. Actually, one of my friend called me, like he recently gave an interview, and he said that after having a long and after many year experience, he got stuck in a D6. So he said that, can you please create one video for user management and on the basis of scenario and interview questions. So on the basis of that, I prepare a small list of questions which we will discuss in this video. We will talk about first in beginner questions, then we intermediate questions for the experience and advanced questions also. Okay, so I have my lab. In my lab, I have one virtual machine which is I have installed on VirtualBox. So this is my lab server. Okay, so I hope you can see. So now first question, maybe you get asked from your interviewer, how you can add a user in Linux. Okay, as everyone know that it's a very simple question, but it's little tricky sometime, right? So you can don't get hurry to give the answer. Oh, sir, user add. No, ask a person, your interviewer. So how you want to add? Like you want to add a simple user? Yeah, you want to add a user with some permissions. Like what I can say that like some customized user you want to create, such as you want to change the default UID, change the cell, and put some specific comment on this. Okay, for example, as you can see, user add. Okay, so I type Alex. Okay, so wait, hold on. User del my did Alex delete. So I said the user add Alex. Okay, user add got added. Okay, so in this now I set the password. I said the password is Alex. Reddit. So this is a simple way of to add a user. But you can ask your interviewer that can we add, you want to add user with some specific customization, such as I can show you. This is a default user, okay? So password, you can see in the grep Alex. So this is the Alex, okay? So you can see this is the best default permissions. And so now let me remove the user del -r Alex. Okay, I delete the user. After that, I can use the user add. Now you want to change the cell. For cell, you can use usr bin no login cell. So after that, there is another parameter which you can use, UID. I want to set the UID 1500, right? And so I want to, after that, there is a one parameter called comment. So I said that maybe this is for my testing user. You can say, okay. And the last, you can type the username, Alex, okay. So is saying warning, there's a non-executable cell. So this means this user cannot be login on the system. So now you might have a question that what's the use of user if he is not able to log in? So you can see that. So there is a ID. There is a ID. This is ID, and this is a comment. This is a home directory. And even though you can change a home directory, there is a one called user add. There is one more parameter I forget, that is a D. So you can type whatever the home directory you want to set. For example, you want to set HTML, you want to set up OPT, whatever. Okay. So because as we know that the default home directory, default user directory is /home. Okay. So like as we create the Alex user, so password red hat Red Hat. So let me, okay, Red Hat. So this is the password of this user. Okay, so so default I can see, go, this is the default home directory of Alex. Okay, so you can see etc password. So you can see no login. So like this is the answer of your first question, how you can add a user. So simple command is user add, but there is some customization you can create. Like you can customize your cell, you can customize your command, your UID and home directory. Okay. Now the second question, how to delete a user. Okay, so let's go to the home, Alex. So there is some, see, these are some files which is by default created, right? And whenever you create a user, we will discuss more about what are these files and where these files come from, everything in the detail in this video. Okay, so now let's okay, there is a one way to delete. First way is to delete is user del Alex. If you, this is the one command, you can give the answer or user del and hyphen Alex. So this, but now what will be difference here? You can go see home directory still exist and Alex still files also exist, but user delete, but it, you will go in, it is password file. It is a file where your users detail up, Alex is deleted. So what is, so you can ask a question to, you can ask your interviewer, sir, you want to simply delete the user, you want to delete the files which are associated with this user also. Okay, so how can you do that? So let's me create again Alex. I create Alex. So so I create the Alex. After Alex, so now I'm go home. See, you can Alex is there. Now I want to delete it. User del hyphen R recursive. Okay, and Alex. So Alex not on the file, so it is not okay. So actually maybe got a new ID. Okay, so wait, hold on. Home Alex is, see, this home directory is different and new home directory. So you can delete this first for just a practical, this delete it. So now I can say, now let's me create again user add Alex. Okay, mailbox is already filed. We will discuss why it's giving this error, because when you delete that user, it's keep its home mailbox. Okay, we will discuss how many files and directories created when a user in advanced questions. So now you set up the password Alex and Red Hat. Okay, not match Red Hat. Okay, so now go home. This Alex file is there. Okay, now I want to delete it, this user. There is a command called user del hyphen R Alex. So okay, so, now see the mailbox which I told you. So yeah, so but my main what we want to see, that go home directory and see Alex is deleted. Okay, this is how you can delete a user. So now let's okay, first to delete that home where spool Alex, where spool mail Alex, remove this also. Okay, so now in home directory you will see there is no Alex. Okay, another question, how to change the password, how to change user password. So user password can change two types. One is your with the your root user. So you can see this is how to change user password. Okay, user password. Okay, I hope screen is visible to everyone. Okay, so now let's create a user add Alex, and the password would be Alex. Red Hat, Red Hat. Okay, so password is Alex. So one you can change the user password from a root, another you can change the password from a user. Okay, well, let me see what is the difference between both of them. So for example, when you log in with the Alex, now you type a password Alex, so it will ask you current password. What is your current password? So you have to type your current password, Red Hat, then you type a new password, 888 123 okay, so this is the new password. So now let's change the same password from the root. So let's change the password from the root Alex, right? So here you can see it did not ask what is the current password. So here you can type Red Hat. Okay, so this how you can change the password. This is the answer of your third question. Now move to the another question. Now these are the simple question which you for beginner they can ask. Okay, now they ask you, can you explain these files? Okay, can you explain the structure of etc password, shadow, and group? Okay, now let's talk. So etc password have total 7 parameters. First is username, another is X is called for your password, then it is a user ID, it is its group ID, it is a comment, like you can specify the comment like we also type this, right? Then it's home directory, that's a home directory, this is a home directory, and this is a cell. Like for example, let me create one user add, and I type Alex. Okay, for example, I type Tom, and most comment I say this developer user. I will say developer developer user. Okay, so got it. Password Tom. Okay, so let me show you. So in Tom there is this is a Tom, this is its password, like it is X stands for it will read the password from another file, that is the etc shadow. We will look at that file also. This is your home user ID and then group ID. Then these are the different. So this is user comment, this is home directory, this is cell. Okay, so now let me delete this user del -r Tom. Okay, so let me create another user and make it is a you can type any Raj. It's a very common name, right? Password. So I will show you one thing. So we discussed it is a password file, right? So now you will open the shadow file. In shadow, you can see these two. So in shadow, there are, this is a user and this is the password. But if you can see these two, the first, this disclaimer name means password not set, another is means user not active. And there you can see, go on top, you can see after FTP there is a star. That means this is a system user. It is not a normal user. So one disclaimer means password not set, another means user is not active. So now let's set the password. Password Raj. Read it. Now go check the shadow. See, now change password. This is encrypted password. Okay, This is the password. Then this is the last change password, and this is your minimum password expiry, maximum password expiry, and password inactive, right? So you can see this. And now I talk about the groups. In groups, now in etc group also there is called Raj, right? Raj, and this is the X, this password. Now you are maybe asking, in etc password X stands for it reading the password from etc shadow, and in Raj X it's where it's read the password. There is a group shadow also, G shadow, G password. So there is a G password. If for example you set the password with G password, you can set the password with the G also. Okay. So you can set the Raj password also. Here you can ask me, please changing the password for your group. Maybe you saw that multiple times. You always set the user password, but today you will learn like you can set the password of your group also. For example, any new user going to add in this group, right? So it will ask the password. Do you know the password you want to add of this user? So okay, let's cancel it, because once you type the password, this X will change with the passwords. Okay. So now this is the answer of our question. That was, can you explain it is a shadow and it is a group and password file. Okay. So now let me delete it. User del hyphen R Raj. Okay. So why I'm deleting all users? So that whatever practical you do in your labs, make sure you clean up whatever you do. Okay. So now, how many values in etc password file, which we already discussed? In etc password file have a 7 parameters, and what are those parameters we already discussed, right? So how you can lock and disable a user temporarily? Okay, now let's make this practical. User add Raj. Okay, password Raj Reddit. Okay, and now I log in with the user. Are you Raj? Reddit. Okay, you're able to log in. Now, how can I lock the password? So, as now I can see, for instance, this is Raj. So it's a password is set, everything is okay. Now I want to lock it. User mode hyphen capital L Raj. So now I run the same command. Oh, password is locked. So in your company, like in the example, this is the example. So you can give the answer. User mode hyphen L, capital L, and Raj. You can lock the user. And how can you check? You can password hyphen S, capital S, and Raj. You can see the status of your user. So if you lock this user, so you should know how to unlock it. Capital U and Raj. And even though I'll show you. So you are able to log in on the server, right? Let me log out. And this is my machine only. Let me log in again. So I will say Raj. Oh my God, I'm not able to log in, right? So let's unlock it. What is the command to unlock? User mode, capital U and Raj. Okay, you successfully unlock. Now let me close this session. Yes, and again open Raj Reddit. Okay, congratulations, you are able to log in successfully. So now log out. So this is answer of your this question also. Third question. What is the next question? How can you switch to another user account without knowing their password? Okay, so this is a tricky question, right? So then you will asking, maybe thinking, oh, how can I log in with another user if I don't know the password? So answer of this question is you have to provide sudo rights to that user. And in sudo rights also there are different way. Okay. So without password, right? So they want to know your how much knowledge you have about sudo, right? So one is, okay, let me show you practical. They maybe you understand very clearly instead of theory. You already read a lot of theory years, right? So here we will want you show the Raj is already there. Wow, that's nice. So let's create another user. What is name? Sunil. Okay. Password Sunil. Sunil password is this. Okay. Now login with the Raj. Raj login. Now Raj is saying that, oh, I want to log in with the Sunil name. Oh, what is your password? She doesn't know. Okay, let's make it possible. How can we make it possible? So there is a one file called etc sudoverse. Okay, so the best, there is a one command vi sudover. You can open this file. So as you can read a little bit about this file. So here is the root have a all. And if you want to give a permission, like for example, you have multiple users and you want to give the permission to all those users in one go, so you can add that user in this group. Yeah, either you can set up another group and set up all the commands in this group. So you can see also you can specific some commands also. And in the, I think, advanced questions, we will discuss about how can you restrict a user to a specific commands. Okay, now let's focus on the practical. Yeah, our username was what our username was Raj, right? Let me delete it. Let me copy from, if it will I will copy this one, so it will ask a password. And our practical is we have to make a practical about without password. So I'll change it and I write it here. Hello Raj. Okay, and no password, that's mean it will not ask a password. Okay, so let's go save. Let's log in with Raj login. Now I say Raj login su -s what was name? Sunil, right? Wow, congratulations, you don't even know the password of Sunil and you're able to log in with a Sunil. So this is the answer of your this question. Now log out. Yeah, lower from here. We have our next question is where is our fourth question is complete. Left the fifth question. How you can list all the user created in the etc. Okay, how you can list all the user created on your Linux system. Okay, so as we know that all users are here in etc password. So you can even give the answer, oh, go and check in etc password file. But he want some tricky answer, right? That's the reason he asked you tricky question, right? How you can list out? There is no command actually, by the way, or like system default commands. You have to make a command, create d, and as we know that in :1, the name of the pass users. Here is the list of the users. So little bit more customize you can do. Okay, I want to check what is the cell of those users. So see, you can see the cell also. You can see, okay, these are the users or these are the cell of those users. Okay, so this is answer of your fifth question. Now move to the advanced. Oh guys, be ready to become an advanced pro, right? Okay. So how do you manage user permission and ownership for files and directory? Okay, nice. So he just want to know, do you know about some permissions only? Yeah, you have just done your rectification for your users and group permission, users and groups only. So now, for example, okay, So I create one file, testing. There is another file. I'm making a directory. They are sales. Okay. Now let's see. So testing, we create sales, right? Okay. How can it testing? It's automatically create. Okay, maybe it was created already. Okay. Let's remove this testing. Let's create again. Not testing. We will look test. Oh, my bad. Let's remove it. Test could remove. Then I will run a command test only. Let's check. Okay, test and the both are root. So you can say that, oh, if you want to change, there is a two commands for change permissions like ownership. There's a one called chmod, that's called the permissions, and there's a chcon that is for change a user. Like, okay, I'll say that's okay. Sales. We have a, I think, group. Do we have any group? I don't remember. We create any group or not? No, we don't have group. By default, you will see that whenever you create a user, it by default create a group also. Okay, but in this practical, we will create a separate group. Group add HR. Oh, HR already created. That's good. So we have one group called HR. Okay, let me make it fresh. Okay, user group del, sorry, group del -r capital HR. Okay, there is no command like that. Okay, great. Now group add HR. So let's see. So you can see sales directory permission is root, and test is root and root. Now we have a two user. One is say Sunil, another is Raj. So let's change sales directory permission to Sunil from roots. I change it. Now let's check ls-ltr. Can you see? We change the permission, but still this is the group actually. We will learn how to change the group also. Now for same run, we can command run for Raj. For run, we use a test command. So you can see. Okay, my bad. What is this? ls-ltr. So you can see Sunil, sales, Raj. So we have a HR user group actually. So we want to change a group actually. Okay. So how can change a group? There is a command chgrp, and you set the group name, and then you can type the directory name. Yeah, you can type the file name, and then you can run the command ls-ltr. So here you are, sales Sunil and HR. Okay. I want to show you one more practical. So as we know that we run two commands, right? But little smart way we can do. We can do same thing with one single command. So I create one directory, mkdir kk, right? So lstr kk is root. So I run a command chcon and Sunil and dot HR and kk. So what I said this would be user and that HR would be the group. See, so I run only one single command and two things happen. So yeah, oh sorry, my bad. It's okay. It did not create any impact. Sunil and HR kk. We only run one command and it's changed. This is the answer of this question. How do you manage user permissions and ownership? Okay. What is the purpose of sudo? So sudo we already discussed how you can give the sudo permissions. So again, let's show a little bit more. Sudo verse. And see, this is a root and you can set up a group also. and no password. That's mean you want that when you type a sudo, it will not ask you password. And you can create a group where you want to specify some commands also. Okay. And yeah, we have one practical also for this, where we will now we can restrict certain commands to a user. I will show you that also. You can also give some user a specific command, like, okay, you give them permission that they can shut down their machine. They can shut down that particular server wherever they are working. Okay, this is a sudo file which you use for sudo. So now go to the another third. How do you create a group and add a user in that? We already covered this, right? Group, we already add a group, and then chgrp command we use for adding a group. Now, yeah, this is the nice. This is how would you restrict a user to only execute a specific command. Okay, how can you do that? Okay, now let's do it. Yeah, here. So now first login with the Raj. So now Raj run able to run top command, right? Okay, and now he able to clear command also. He run uptime also, and W command also. He run able to all command, right? Now I want that he can run only 2 commands. Apart from that, he will not able to run any single command. For that, what I need to do? First thing first, I have to create a link file, bin bash, bin slash bash bin slash r-bash bash. Oh, my bad. Guys, you should tell me. Okay, right here. r-bash. Okay. What is the second thing I need to do? One Raj mkdir with not Alex, I'll Raj and the bin. Change the permission, as we already discussed how we can change the permission. Raj, home, Raj and bin. Okay. So which 2 commands you want Raj can able to run? So I want that Raj can run ls. Okay. So make this hyperlink in home, Raj and bin. Okay, and there is one more command I want. He can run a date command also, just for testing purpose, as you can make his changes as per your requirement. Okay, so make this. What is the second task? We have to run bin you home Raj dot bash. We will discuss what is this bash rc, and there are multiple files, so we will discuss in detail. So this is a default function. You can lock it. Okay, so here type create path equal to dollar home slash bin. Okay, and after that user mode hyphen change the cell, as we already discussed, right? How to sell bin r bash to user Raj. Okay, now you can see the cell has been changed. It is a password. Yeah, you can see the cell has been changed. Now log in with Raj. You are able to log in with Raj. Oh, command not found. Oh, sorry, I'm not able to run a clear command also. That's not sorry, right? It is happen. Uptime. No, sorry, you cannot run the uptime command. What else? Df. No command. So as you remember, we give only 2 commands which Raj can run. What are those commands? ls. He can run ls command and he can run date command. Okay. So this is a practical. How can you restrict? And you can give the answer to your interviewer. Okay, this is the way. These are the steps which you have to follow to restrict a user for specific commands only. Okay, now exit. Now make the changes. user mode -s bin/bin/bash Raj, and etc. Sorry, home raj.basrc. Make the changes, roll back, because as I already said, whatever you do practical, you have to make sure you roll back everything. So, and what else we did? We create one directory also. Okay, this is the answer of this question. Now move to the another question. A user cannot log in but their account, okay, a user cannot log in but their account and password seems correct. What steps would you take to troubleshoot? Wow, very nice question. So, how can you do this, and what would be the steps? So you can give the answer. We have to check the password, right? You can check the password. You can check the fail lock, right? So let me see. So you able to log in with it. So as let me show you. You are able to log in with Raj. We already check lock unlock, right? So so you can run the command user mode -l. Okay, this is for lock. We already discussed user mode l lock, and then now you try to log in with this user. You're not able to log in, right? So you can, for troubleshooting, you can ask. You have to check the password. Is user is locked? Yeah, there is a capital S Raj. It will show the user lock. There is a one command fail lock -- user Raj. Okay. Here also, if there is a hardening parameter where you can set up in your sysauth file, pam.sysauth file, like after 3 failed attempt, lock the user. Okay. So how you can check that? So here you have to run this command. Here you will see that, oh, 3 failed attempt. So you have to clear it. So there is a command of failed attempt -- reset. This is a command. So you can reset it. And if your password is locked, you can unlock the password like user mode, capital U and Raj. It's successfully unlocked. Now see again ls-s Raj. It is password is set. Okay. This is the answer of this question. Now move to the another question. Explain how to implement password aging and enforce password policy. Okay. Now password, how can enforce password policy? So there is a command change. Okay, change -l Raj. This will show you the what is the last password and everything. So you can customize it. This is default. Change Raj. So it's asking minimum password age. I said there should be 10. Maximum password age. As per the security policy of every company, it's most of the time is 180 or 90. We take, okay, last password change, we can say, okay, today only. And password expiry warning. So that 7 days before your password expiry start giving you warning. So I say, okay, keep it 7. So it say when password will be inactive. So I say after 10 days. So account by password active, right? Password inactive. So if password is not got reset, and there's a part, your user account will be inactive. So account expiry date. So that was our question. So you can say enforce the password policy. So this is the way. So I say, okay, I can say, you can see this is the parameter, right? 2025 -month will be, it's 9 month, right? And so we can say 10th, and date would be not 12 only, 12-26. Okay, now you can check again Raj. Can you see this? we change everything. Last change password today, and password expiry this, account password inactive, this. So this is the answer. You can say that we can use the command change and username, enter. It will give you certain prompts. You have to fill the information as per your requirement. Okay, now move to the another. What is the etc skull directory? Very important question. So if you remember, I told you that. So home Raj. So ls-ltr. Sorry, not able to see anything, right? Hidden file. -a is for hidden file. You can see this file is for the history. Whatever the command you run, this is the file, a script which you use to save that history. Logout, it is to log out. That's the profile. If you want to set up some scripts, this is the base. It is how it's look like. It's the best RC file. Okay. So now, when you create a user, where these files come from? These files come from here, etc skull. So it is okay. Let me go. It's a directory, right? You see, no. Oh, there is no file. No, man. There is a hidden files. These are the files. So whenever you create a user, right? So these files got copy in that user home directory. Okay, from here only, and we will discuss in future where that is written. Like this file should be copy in user's home directory, where that is written. Okay, we will discuss that also. So this is the answer of your what is etc skull. Okay, yeah, it is one L only. Okay, so how to change a default home directory to new user? Okay, so as I told you now, so as you know that whenever you create a user, okay, it's change a home directory for any new user. See, this is a tricky question. And now many of my friends will say, oh, user mode -d and whatever the directory you want to make a home directory and then split a user. No, that's the wrong answer, right? It is an advanced question, man. They is talking about the advanced. Okay. Okay, so how can you say that any new user, whenever a new user will create, what will be the new home directory? Okay, so now it is written in one file, so it will be written somewhere, right? Like whenever one user create, its home directory should be /home, right? Why cannot be its /opt? Why it cannot be /opt? Why it cannot be /etc? Why? Because it is written somewhere. Where it is that direct? It is written etc default user add. You can see default home directory should be this, right? And shell will be this, and skull will be this. So structure, you mean to say, and creating a mailbox, yes, with the same name it will create a mailbox. So you can give the answer that you can change default etc default and user add file. Okay, whenever new user will be create, the user will be created in opt. Okay, for example, I set it. Okay, now I create a new user add. What is the user add? Deep. I type a deep. Okay, and password deep red hat. Okay, so now let's go to the home directory as that we used to do, right? Can you see? You're not able to find any deep here, right? Where is the deep? So deep will be created in opt. When you go to the opt ls-ltr deep, you can see deep is here. Okay, now this is the answer of how you can change default home directory for every new users. Now go back and make the changes. User del remove -r deep. Now make the changes. Default user add. Make the changes it as home. Okay, Now after that, okay, this is the answer of your how can you. Okay, how to copy ktdoc for whenever user will be created. What is the ktdoc? So maybe you, whenever you log in, join any company, when you open your laptop and in your desktop, sometimes you find some document like IT procedure, HR policy, and it is not like they do that for you specially, right? Maybe in your company there is a 100 employees, they join every day, so they cannot copy every one users on desktop. What they do, they make it setting somewhere so that whenever new user will create it, those file automatically copy on their desktop. Okay, so same how you can do in Linux. So I think I have already a KT document. I create a KT document, KT. So in document, this is a company policy. You have to follow these rules. Yeah, we know that we not follow all the rules of company, right? Okay. Joke apart. So I want that this KT document should be copied every time whenever new user create. So if you remember, just few minutes back, we discussed about etc skull is a directory from where new files copy on their users home directory. So what we can do, we copy this KT document in etc skull. Okay. So now whenever I create user deep password deep reddit okay. So now let me log in with a deep, right? So can you see KT document is already there. I did not copy it, right? It's automatically is there. Okay, this is the answer of your question. So now this is some theoretical. When a user create, what happened in the background? Okay, so let me show you. Whenever a user create, by default what happened, there are multiple things happen. So you should know, like maybe it is like your interviewer asking, when you run a command user add and deep, what happened in the background? What happened in the background? What say? You can say, sir, one thing, it will create one home directory in etc, in /home with the username. It will create one directory here, and then you can say that in that home directory you will copy some bash files, right, from etc skull, which we already discussed, and it will write some entry in etc password file, right? You can see this here. Then you will tell that it will create one entry in etc shadow file when you set up the password, right? Then it will create one entry in etc group file, right, here also. And last not least, you will tell it will create one mailbox where spool, mail and deep, right? It will create here also. So you will tell, when you tell these things to your interviewer, he will got impressed that, oh my god, this person know the background also, because he is not the only who run the command, he know what is happening in the background. Okay, so now what is the last not least, what is, oh okay, come back. How to recover default password and shadow file if it got deleted? Very tricky question, my dear friends, right? Default, you should delete default password. So actually what happened, whenever your server, right, there is for example your etc password file got deleted, right? Yeah, your shadow file got deleted. How you can recover it? It will recover only default. Understand the meaning default. Default means it will recover till these entries, not these new. Okay, so how? There is by default etc password hyphen. Okay, this is default. So you see that is hyphen password, and you will see, and then shadow also. Can you see this shadow also? You can recover it. So by default, if somebody make the changes, right, and you delete your file by mistake, oh, I remove my etc password file by mistake, oh my god, I'm losing my job. No, if you are expert, go, you can copy that file from etc shadow-s and then this copy, and same with shadow, you can same with from your shadow. Okay, I hope this video help you to clear your interview round for user management. Thanks to watch my video, and please share and comment on video if you like it, and subscribe our channel Technical Turbo for more video. And thank you so much to watch my video. See you in the next video, guys.